Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi participates in Leaders Plenary at AI Impact Summit in New Delhi. Says inclusive technology for everyone, India's goal. Prime Minister Modi holds bilateral meetings with French President Emmanuel Macron, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, Dutch counterpart Dick Schoof and President of Swiss Confederation. Also interacts with Greece's Prime Minister on the sidelines of AI Summit. Former Royal Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the India AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi, calling AI a turning point in human civilization. PM Modi unveiled India's Manav vision for ethical and inclusive AI and urged global standards for transparency and trust.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the India AI Impact Summit 2026 at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, calling it the world's largest AI gathering. With participation from over 100 countries, Prime Minister Modi said, India, representing 1/6 of humanity, is not just building new technologies, but adopting them at unmatched speed.
AI को मशीन सेंट्रिक से ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक कैसे बनाएं, संवेदनशील और उत्तरदायी कैसे बनाएं, यही इस ग्लोबल एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट का मूल उद्देश्य है.
Presenting India's Manav vision for AI, Manav standing for moral systems, accountable governance, national sovereignty, accessible and inclusive access, and valid and legitimate use, Prime Minister Modi stressed that AI must remain human-centric and inclusive. Prime Minister Modi also raised concerns over deepfakes and misinformation, urging authenticity labels, watermarking, and global standards to build trust.
आज की एक बहुत बड़ी आवश्यकता ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाने की भी है. डीपफेक्स और फैब्रिकेटेड कंटेंट ओपन सोसाइटीज में अस्थिरता ला रहे हैं. फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम फूड पर न्यूट्रिशन लेबल्स देखते हैं ताकि हमें पता हो कि हम क्या खा रहे हैं. ठीक उसी तरह डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में कंटेंट पर भी ऑथेंटिसिटी लेवल्स होने चाहिए ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि क्या असली है और क्या एआई से बनाया गया है.
During the Leaders Plenary, Prime Minister Modi proposed a roadmap to make AI more accountable. Prime Minister Modi said India sees fortune and future in AI, not fear, backed by talent, innovation and policy clarity.
एक्सेलेंसी, एआई के एथिकल उपयोग के लिए मेरे 3 सुझाव हैं. फर्स्ट, डेटा सॉवरेनिटी को रिस्पेक्ट करते हुए एआई ट्रेनिंग के लिए एक डेटा फ्रेमवर्क बने. जैसे एआई में कहा जाता है, गार्बेज इन, गार्बेज आउट. अगर डेटा सुरक्षित, संतुलित, विश्वसनीय नहीं होगा तो आउटपुट भी भरोसेमंद नहीं होगा. सेकंड, एआई प्लेटफॉर्म अपने सेफ्टी रूल्स बहुत क्लियर और ट्रांसपेरेंट रखे. हमें ब्लैक बॉक्स के बदले ग्लास बॉक्स अप्रोच चाहिए, जहां सेफ्टी रूल्स देखे और वेरीफाई किए जा सके. थर्ड, एआई रिसर्च में पेपर क्लिप प्रॉब्लम का उदाहरण दिया जाता है। अगर किसी मशीन को सिर्फ पेपर क्लिप बनाने का लक्ष्य दे दिया जाए तो वह उसका एक काम के लिए दुनिया के सारे रिसोर्सेज को दांव पर लगाकर भी वही काम करती रहेगी। इसलिए एआई को क्लियर ह्यूमन वैल्यूज और गाइडेंस की जरूरत है।
The summit also unveiled the New Delhi Frontier AI Impact Commitments, with participating nations agreeing to advance real-world AI applications. The first commitment is to advance the understanding of real-world AI usage. Tripti Tripaঠি's report for DD India.
On the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi, PM Modi held extensive talks with French President Emmanuel Macron. This is President Macron's fourth official visit to India. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi met the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi in New Delhi. On the sidelines of AI Impact Summit, both leaders reaffirmed the importance of the India-UAE Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, which is underpinned by strong political, cultural, commercial, energy and people-to-people ties. The leaders acknowledged the tremendous progress achieved in bilateral relations in a wide range of sectors, such as defense and security, trade and investment, education and cultural cooperation as well. Prime Minister Modi held a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister of Netherlands, Dick Schoof, on the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit 2026. Both leaders exchanged views for harnessing AI as an enabler for economic and social transformation. The leaders noted the conclusion of India-EU FTA negotiations and reiterated their commitment to work for its early implementation. They agreed to further strengthen India and Netherlands cooperation in technology and innovation and leverage new opportunities in our economic partnership. Both leaders committed to strengthen global fight against terrorism. Prime Minister Narendra Modi engaged in productive discussions with Switzerland's President Guy Parmelin on the sidelines of the AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi. The two leaders reviewed the full spectrum of bilateral relations, including trade and investment, science and technology, innovation, skill development, cultural exchanges and people-to-people ties. Both the leaders welcomed the deepening of economic ties and underscored the positive momentum generated by the implementation of recently concluded historic India EFTA Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement between India and the European Free Trade Association, of which Switzerland is a key member. Both sides agreed to further strengthen collaboration in innovation-led growth, joint research, sharing of best practices and capacity building through training and skill development initiatives. On the sidelines of the India AI Impact Summit 2026, Prime Minister Modi met with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. The two leaders reviewed various aspects of India-Greece strategic partnership, especially in the field of trade and commerce, defense and security, tourism, culture and collaboration in AI and other emerging technologies. The leaders discussed boosting connectivity, especially through IMEC, and looked forward to the early implementation of India-EU FTA, which will bring immense benefits to the economy of both countries and lead to higher tech collaboration, investments and jobs, particularly for the youth. All right, and my colleague Deepika Mehato joins us from Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. Hi Deepika, very good evening to you. You are extensively covering the India AI Impact Summit 2026. You are right now at Bharat Mandapam. Deepika, I want to ask you that what is something unique that you have witnessed throughout the day there at Bharat Mandapam?
Good evening, Siddharth. When we talk about this particular India AI Impact Summit 2026, which is one of its kind event across the global south happening here, I think when we talk about that, what has been the most unique part of this entire summit, it is about today. It is about day 4 on the ongoing India AI Impact Summit, because not only more than 20 leaders of different 20 countries participating at this ongoing event. Not only we are witnessing the CEO roundtable meeting, which is currently happening here at the India AI Summit here at Bharat Mandapam, but also it is an amalgamation of more than 100 countries who are uniting under one roof of Bharat Mandapam here in India's capital, in the national capital, where people are uniting and deliberating on a forward mission which is called AI or artificial intelligence, where we are deliberating on how to work towards the prosperity for the betterment of the country's economy with the motto of welfare for all, happiness of all, which is Sarvajana Sukhai Sarvajana Sevai, which means that we are not only aiming to create something for the country but something for the entire world. We are aiming to accelerate not only for the country but for the entire world, and for that we are not only promoting our own people, our own country through various initiatives, through allowing them to exhibit their stalls at one of its kind exposition here at the India AI Impact Summit, but we are also trying to collaborate with the partner countries through the bilateral ties, through the prosperous bilateral ties of India with the partner countries, so that they can come, deliberate, brainstorm and exchange their views, thoughts about AI with the Indian community here, with the people of India here, with the innovators here, and with the leading industry stakeholders here. We are continuously having pictures of leading stakeholders like Ajit Adani, like Akash Ambani, who are here currently present at the India AI Impact Summit, and they are meeting meeting the leaders like Sundar Pichai and other the representatives of Meta as well. And not only this, as Emmanuel Macron also said that India is his favorite country, and he has extended his the invitation for G7 to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come and visit France in the month of June, in the upcoming June, and take a look at how and also understand that how both the countries can expand their bilateral relationships. So when we talk about what has been the most unique part of it, I think this is today which will go down in the books of history as one of the historic days, as one of the golden chapter, when we talk about India progressing with great strides towards prosperity and also towards becoming a developed nation by the year 2047, and of course the third largest economy with the inclusion of every sector, Siddharth.
Definitely. So the most unique part is today, as 100 plus countries are also participating there, Deepika, many startups are also there, and I also want to ask you that since you are there since the morning and you are extensively covering this summit, what are people from the other countries saying when they are coming here? What is their view with India holding a summit of this level and the first summit, the first AI summit happening in the global south?
Call back.
Okay, all right, and all right, in an exclusive interview to DD India, Dutch Prime Minister De Groot discussed the AI summit in India and the growing India-Netherlands partnership in semiconductors. DD India's Jessica Taneja spoke to the Dutch Prime Minister on the sidelines of the summit.
Here with us is Dutch Prime Minister Schoof. Thank you for speaking to DD India and taking out time for us. You met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What were your talks focused on?
Well, of course, we talked about AI because of what the whole conference about. But we also talked about an agreement we want to achieve between India and the Netherlands on different domains, water management, defense, but also semicon and other issues as well. And we certainly hope, and we're almost in the finalized stage of this agreement, that the Prime Minister Modi will visit the Netherlands to sign up later this year.
And where is the conversation around ASML's lithography machines that India requires? Where do you think those talks are going?
Well, there are talks, first of all, it's a decision that ASML as a business company has to make, and they negotiate with partners here in India, as far as I understood. There are talks, and I know that one of the ministers of the cabinet of Prime Minister Modi is going to visit the Netherlands and ASML also in a few weeks' time, I think. So probably we'll hear from that in the near future.
Prime Minister Schoof, thank you for speaking to DD India and taking our time with us. That was Dutch Prime Minister Schoof, who told us that the talks between him and his Indian counterparts, especially when it comes to ASML's lithography machines, is ongoing. as well as the discussions on wider aspects of the relationship that both India and Netherlands have had in the recent past. This is Jessica Taneja with video journalist Mohit Uike in New Delhi for DD India.
And Chairman of Tata Sons, N. Chandrasekharan, spoke to DD India's Jessica Taneja. Let's have this.
Here at the India AI Impact Summit, we have with us the Chairman of Tata Sons, N. Chandrasekharan. So thank you for speaking to DD India and taking out time for us. You were at the plenary session. What are your key takeaways from India hosting the AI Summit for Global South?
First, I think it is a big statement, and it is a beautiful summit done at scale, which brings out the ambition of India. There are many things to showcase, and which is all being done over the 3 days of the summit. I think it's a moment for us to remind ourselves the art of possible with AI and make it work for every citizen in the country.
What do you make of India's AI landscape? Yes, there are a lot of investments coming in for infrastructure. What, according to you, should be the focus?
I think all of this is the focus. I think we are building chips which have to mature, so it's a multi-year journey. And then we are making green power available. We are creating the data center infrastructure. We are investing in software. We're investing in building data platforms. And eventually we will have vertical solutions and agentic AI solutions. And AI will have to work for citizens from a public services delivery perspective. And these investments will also translate in building solutions for enterprises, not only within India, but also around the world. As I said clearly, it's the greatest opportunity for the Indian IT sector, and the IT sector will play a pivotal role in making AI tools work in the context of every organization across industries. And the Tata Group will make investments in building an AI operating system for multiple industries and build those vertical solutions which are agentic AI solutions.
Thank you, sir, for speaking to DD India and taking our time for us. Appreciate it, for sharing your views. That was Tata Sons Chairman N. Chandrasekharan telling us about what the Tata Group plans in terms of not just AI but also semiconductors and chips, very essential for the future of AI and the digital world that we all live in. This is Jessica Taneja with video journalist Mohit Uike in New Delhi for DD India.
India's Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal on Thursday met Finland's Prime Minister Petteri Orpo, underscoring the growing economic engagement between the two nations. In a post on social media platform X, Minister Goyal said he's truly delighted to meet the Finnish leader, noting that the discussions revolved around the proposed India-European Union trade agreement. The minister highlighted that the pact could unlock significant opportunities for collaboration across services, technology and green energy sectors, central to building future-ready partnerships. And we're heading for a short break. Stay tuned.
स्वागत आहे टू मॅग्नेटिक महाराष्ट्र. One of India's newest states. One of India. Jharkhand will
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. And Britain's former Prince Andrew was arrested on Thursday in suspicion of misconduct during his time as a trade envoy, as UK police investigations into allegations emerging from the Jeffrey Epstein files gathered pace. The former prince, the second son of late Queen Elizabeth, has always denied any wrongdoing in relation to Epstein and said he regretted their friendship. But he has not responded to requests for comment since the latest release of documents. Meanwhile, Britain's King Charles issued a statement expressing his deepest concern over the arrest of his younger brother, former Prince Andrew, adding that the law must take its course. In a landmark and deeply polarizing verdict, a South Korean court has sentenced former President Yoon Suk Yeol to life imprisonment, convicting him of masterminding an insurrection linked to his December 2024 attempt to impose martial law. The ruling marks one of the most dramatic political downfalls in South Korea's modern democratic history.
Court found former President Yoon Suk Yeol guilty of conspiring to subvert the constitutional order by deploying troops to the National Assembly in a bid to paralyze parliamentary functions. The court ruled that Yoon, along with the then Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun, orchestrated the attempt to impose martial law, an act prosecutors described as a direct assault on democratic institutions. Yoon has been sentenced to life in prison. Yoon's legal team has sharply criticized the verdict, alleging that the court ignored key evidentiary principles. The defense maintains that the former president's actions did not amount to insurrection.
Watching what appears to be collapse of the rule of law today, I am compelled to question whether we should process with an appeal or continue to participate in these criminal proceedings at all. This is a matter that will require consultation with the President and further discussion among Council before we determine our next course of action.
The verdict has sharply divided public opinion in South Korea. Supporters gathered at rallies expressed disappointment but vowed that the judgment would energize their movement.
Given how much the rule of law has eroded in the Republic of Korea, we had hoped for an acquittal. But we see today's result as a challenge our country now has to work through.
But many Seoul residents welcomed the life sentence as a historic and necessary decision, asserting that any attempt to impose martial law must never be repeated.
I was watching the martial law, which is something I'd only seen in history books, unfold in real time. I hoped for a harsher punishment so that history wouldn't repeat itself, but with the appeals still to come, I worry the sentence might be reduced.
The life sentence handed to former President Yoon Suk Yeol marks a defining moment in South Korea's political history, as the case tested the strength of its democratic institutions and constitutional safeguards. As the legal battle moves to the appeal stage and public debate continues, the verdict is set to shape the country's political landscape for years to come. Bureau Report, DD India.
United States has renewed its threat to withdraw from the International Energy Agency over disagreements climate policy. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright said in Paris that Washington will push the agency to abandon what he described as a net zero agenda. Speaking at a press conference, Wright warned that the U.S. would use all the pressure to persuade the IEA to shift its direction within the next year.
United States' concern with the International Energy Agency is that they've adopted an anti-energy, expensive, less energy platform, and that they fully endorse Paris net zero 2050. A truly unusual declaration that so many nations made. 0.0% chance of it being achieved. There has been such a group mentality, 10 years invested in an illusion, but a destructive illusion of net zero 2050, that the U.S. will use all the pressure we have to get the IEA to eventually, in the next year or so, move away from this agenda.
And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.